And then yes, here I don't know if you want to repeat the question so that it's official on the podcast.
Yeah, let me just repeat it because I don't know if you guys heard me ask. I
No,
jumped
we didn't.
ahead just a little bit, but not. I don't want to get into the beers quite yet, but I do want to ask because he brought up repeatability, and my question was about Veneration, and we all noticed that this
Jumping
year
ahead,
to last.
Chad.
What's that?
Jumping ahead.
Well, but because repeatability has already been talked about. So with just Veneration specifically, we could tell there was a little bit of a difference between last year and this year. I mean, the taste was similar. The molasses was awesome. It was a nicely complex beer, but we just felt like there was something just a little bit different. So I just want to ask you about that.
No, and that was intentional, and we tried
to
do a good job getting that out there. There was a point where we were really enjoying, these high octane beers, getting to the point of, some of them were pushing 13, 14% on our barrel aged specialties. And as we were kind of looking at beer culture and what it shifted to and how people are enjoying beers now, a specialty beer like that, people will drink on a Thursday night, especially when it's in a 12-ounce bottle, and enjoy it and not be afraid to then, have to go to work the next day or regret it. And as we were kind of looking at Veneration in particular, that one to me, it was just too high in ABV. It wasn't necessary for the beer. It didn't really add anything. So what we wanted to do was pull that back a little bit and, give us a chance to really enjoy it more frequently, as it were, which is the whole reason why we try to put these things in 12-ounce bottles, so that, a bomber you kind of need to save and share with people. Or if you don't and you drink it by yourself, you will regret it the next day.
Right.
You could have on a Wednesday night and still go to work. So we were kind of shifting a little bit on that and just realizing that this is more true to one of the tenets we have is, we want our beer to be drinkable. We want people to be able to enjoy it, on the regular. So that's where the Veneration shift occurred, bringing that down a bit. And then also, as Cuvée this year, even though every one of those is different every year, very different stylistically, we also did the same thing. We brought that ABV down a little bit, just for the same purpose of we just want to try that this year and be true to kind of drinkable, even though it's a big beer, big barrel aged beer. It doesn't have to result in an awkward next day.
Great. Have you had any sort of KPIs that your team tracks or any other data that's proving out that was the right decision with Veneration?
Thankfully with our tap room now, we get a lot of feedback on both, every day. Our bartenders it was nice. I feel we don't really run a typical bar. Our bartenders are there as kind of liaisons to 3Sheeps. We want them to understand our beers really well. We want them to know what's coming out new, and we expect them to give us feedback, and they do. So we've had some people who really love the high octane. Overall, though, it has been received extremely well. People have really enjoyed it. We noticed that people are now enjoying a couple of them, which contradicts the point of having them. But it gives them the opportunity to if they want to. So the verdict's still out. We still have some out there, and especially since people age this beer, we're excited to kind of see how that trends and keep getting feedback on what everyone wants when it comes to a nice big barrel aged beer, if they're looking for that 10 to 12 or 14 to 16. So yeah, love your take if you guys have it.
I 2017 is one of my, I don't know, top 10. I mean, I love 2017 Veneration. For me, I felt like there was a big difference 2017 and 2018. I enjoyed the booziness. I felt, and maybe it was wrong for me to compare them. Maybe that's not the intention. I didn't know at the time, are they different every year, or are they intentionally different?
Sure.
Does this have something to do with distribution, scalability, popularity, getting this out to more people, producing more? But yeah, me personally, I thought it was a step down, a little bit less in the legs. The flavor just didn't sit on my palate quite the same way. It didn't kind of smolder there for a while. But I certainly understand the transition. I mean, I'm in that small minority of I'm going to have 2 of those 2017s and go to work the next day. So, maybe I have a problem. And,
Jake is always after the high ABV.
I'm a big fan of high ABV. I love that booziness. Yeah.
Jake, if you got a problem, I'm in big trouble.
So if there's a stash of higher Veneration ABV somewhere that you didn't distribute to the the populace, let me know. I will pay money for it. Good hard.
Sounds good.